hello.
What a revelation. Time for your midday fix of facts and spicy sides.
From breaking headlines to backroom whispers.
All served hot and fresh. Happy Friday and happy Halloween. I'm Monique Tuzon.
Hello there, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Glad to have you with us.
And I'm Asis-Carilo, standing in for Mai Rodriguez. This is the Daily Dish.
And it's our
Welcome,
favorite
Morticia.
time. Morticia Adams, but you're the glamorous Morticia Adams.
Oh, darling, thank you for having
You
me
look
today.
so couture. And I think Ron Burgundy is doing it.
Somebody in the back. I just got shocked.
Kala ko si
Ron Burgundy si
Marcoleta.
Si Marcoleta.
Teka lang, wala namang bigote si Marcoleta.
Marcoleta sans the bigote.
You actually
Hello,
remind me
Paolo
more.
del Rosario.
Yeah.
I heard the news needed to be done, but I think you all have it, so thank you.
So everyone's having fun here in the studio because it is Halloween. And of course, for those people traveling around, it's Undas traffic, right? And of course, our dear friend, Anne, who's here, and we're so happy, will be talking to our reporters on the ground for the latest in the Undas exodus.
That's
Yeah.
right. And you know what? I know of some people who already took a leave since yesterday.
Yesterday, the traffic
and
was
they
crazy.
just got out of the city real quick to have their vacation early.
But it's actually good for everybody here in Manila because there's going to be no
Right?
traffic for
Yeah.
us.
Best time
That's
to
why we love
drive.
holidays.
So anyway, yesterday was a big day for the Philippine culinary scene.
Yes.
Congratulations to all those who won and got recognized, well, with stars and being listed on the first annual Michelin star awarding.
Yeah,
I'd say.
exactly.
Josh Botwood,
Congrats on
buddy.
2 stars.
Congratulations for your 2 stars. My godson, okay, wedding naman, also got a 1 star for Hapag, and a lot of our good friends also, the Pig and Pong, got recognized. Our very own Pinky Webb's man, Pablo, got recognized. David Collado, congratulations.
Congratulations. Also, let me say congratulations to my good friend, Chef Angelo Comsti of Offbeat.
Angelo,
Yeah.
One of the
congratulations.
restaurants recognized as well. Congratulations.
Yes.
I
So-
can't wait to try the restaurants. We need to do a food trip,
We
guys.
are going to do
Exactly.
a food caravan in the
Yeah.
Michelin Star Guide.
cannot wait.
Yes, but you know, it really solidifies the fact that, yes, the Philippines is ready in the culinary scene.
About time.
Yes.
We've
Correct,
been ready.
correct. And of course, you know, in other world news, the former Prince Andrew is now to be recognized or to be addressed as Andrew Mountbatten
Yeah.
Windsor.
So he is Prince no more.
Yep,
Prince
he's
no
been
more.
denounced.
Yes,
So,
And
Like,
okay,
oh.
this is scary for Monique today because we've got a
yeah,
special
oh my
guest.
gosh, I
Oh
had
my
a dream
goodness.
about this last
What?
night. 'cause I
Seriously?
was scared. Yeah. I had like
So what happened in
ghosts
your
and stuff
dream?
in my dream. Like I got so gulat when I woke up. I said, "Oh no, this is what's gonna happen during the show." Because we're gonna talk about paranormal stuff, like just in general. And I'm scared. We have
Not
Rob
in
Rubin
general.
again.
We might talk about paranormal stuff.
I'm like, oh
in-
my gosh.
Yes, and okay, of course, a shout out to Sonia Lee for our
Fantastic
costumes.
costumes.
And you look
Thank you.
really good,
Oh,
I gotta
thank you
say.
so
Yeah,
much,
this was her
darling.
DIY Morticia.
Yeah, last minute I had to put it together.
You look fab.
Because I was gonna be dressed as as Valak, but it was not approved by Chair. So there you go, Morticia.
But Sonia Lee of
better on
Costume
you.
Rentals, thank you so much for
Yes.
dressing us up
We
today.
have a fun, jam-packed show coming up, so please stay tuned. But Anne?
And those stories and more are coming up. But first, the headlines. Today's headlines. The Undas exodus has begun. Our reporters are on the ground to bring you the latest live. Meanwhile, in news overseas, a royal no more. Britain's Prince Andrew is stripped of his titles as the royal family distances itself from the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. The culinary spotlight shines on the Philippines once again. Get to know the restaurants that made it to the list of the world-renowned Michelin Guide. And it's Halloween today. Paranormal expert Rob Rubin joins us on the show today for All Matters Supernatural. APEC leaders met today in South Korea as Washington and Beijing's renewed trade truce sets the tone for the region's next economic moves. Ivy Reyes is reporting live from the APEC summit in South Korea for the details. Hello, Ivy, go ahead.
And the APEC economic leaders meeting just ran with a 2-hour conference of the 21 APEC economies here in Gyeongju, South Korea. And as a trade deal between or on the sidelines of APEC cool down the trade war between the world's top powers, economic observers here in Gyeongju are still onto what the APEC community will decide on because, as they say, Beijing and Washington are trying to create a new trade order. President Lee Jae-myung of South Korea opens the meeting with a hope for solidarity amid what he explicitly said is a major turning point for the Asia-Pacific, where, and I quote, the international order is undergoing a drastic change. The South Korean president also underscored a dire momentum in the region for trade and investment. President Lee recognized disagreement when national interests are on the line, but focused on solidarity. This comes after Korea's banner story yesterday when U.S. President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping met on the sidelines of APEC, forging a trade truce that resulted in a lower tariff for some Chinese products and a more lenient access to China's rare earth metals for Washington. And President Xi arrived last before the meeting finally commenced at 9 o'clock Korean time. Meanwhile, Washington is represented by the Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent. Japan's very first female Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, is also present in the meeting. The meeting this morning highlights APEC's priority of putting forward a dynamic and a predictable trade, something experts do not see as an alignment for Washington's America First foreign policy. President Bongbong Marcos is set to deliver a speech at the CEO Summit later this afternoon. Right now, the APEC's economic leaders dialogue with the Business Advisory Council, or ABAC, is ongoing, which brings together the private sectors of various industries, advising economic leaders of the latest interests and trends of the business sector. Meanwhile, on Asia-Pacific's most awaited policy on artificial intelligence, Korea leads with its AI Basic Act of 2024. This institutionalizes national support for AI-related initiatives, such as legislations to regulate foreign countries entering Korea's AI market and establishing an AI tower, institute, and data centers. As for the Philippines, DOST in May released the National AI Strategy Framework, or NAIS-PH, which aims for a unified ecosystem or for all government agencies to use. As of now, that's the latest here from Gyeongju. Anne.
Thank you so much, Ivy Reyes, reporting live from South Korea. Drives have been surprisingly smooth this morning, mainly due to travelers already leaving early for the Undas rush. Let's get an update from our very own Paulo Barcelon, who's now at the NLEX Command Center in Balintawak. He joins us on the line for the latest. Go ahead, Paulo.
Hi, Ann. Traffic here at the NLEX Balintawak Toll Plaza is fairly light to moderate as both lanes are green and go, save for a few minutes of queues at toll booths. NLEX traffic manager Robin Ignacio says this is due to most Undas travelers already leaving as early as Wednesday and Thursday.
Today, yung ating southbound direction kasi is fast-moving. Unlike yesterday na halos nagkakasabay eh. We have volume at southbound and volume sa northbound. So medyo challenge for us dun sa pag-implement ng counterflow. But today, as early as 4:45 a.m., nakapag-implement na kami ng counterflow.
Ignacio says they are now preparing already for the expected influx of travelers going home, and NLEX management is expecting these travelers to come as early as Saturday afternoon or evening. Ignacio adds that holidays like Undas add up to 5 to 10% of NLEX's daily traffic volume of 450,000 vehicles per day. And based on initial estimates, they have exceeded that number last night. A minor accident also occurred this morning at the SE-Tax past 5 a.m. but was immediately cleared. Meantime, at the South Luzon Expressway, traffic is light for the most part from Alabang to Calamba, despite a minor accident at the Southwoods area causing a traffic buildup at the southbound lane. The Skyway is also green and go on both lanes from Buendia to Balintawak. And meanwhile, Philippine National Police Acting Chief Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. says he is satisfied with security arrangements for Undas. Nartates made surprise inspections at bus terminals in EDSA Cubao, confident that the public's travel will be safe and orderly. He adds that there are no serious security threats, but police presence remains tight in crowded areas. Over 1,500 PNP personnel from the Highway Patrol Group have also been deployed nationwide for Undas 2025. Their main focus, ensuring safe and orderly travel for commuters and motorists. HPG officers are stationed in major roads, cemeteries, and other crowded areas while tightening operations against colorum vehicles and combating the rent scam modus. Motorists are reminded to check their vehicles and bring complete documents before hitting the road. A nationwide liquor ban is also in effect from October 31 to November 3. Anne.
Thank you for that report. And you take care over there. Paolo Barcelon, live from the NLEX Command Center in Balintawak. Yesterday was the busiest day at the Batangas port for those wanting to go home for the observance of All Saints and All Souls Day. Let's check the situation there now from Just Ignacio. Just, what can you tell us?
And there are fewer passengers rushing to the Batangas port this Friday to head home to their provinces a day before Undas. According to the Philippine Ports Authority, a total of 35,494 passengers were recorded at the ports as of 6 a.m. this Friday. Overall, since October 27, the total number of passengers has reached 874,136. Meanwhile, apart from those traveling for Undas, Bilyonaryo News Channel also met several tourists heading to Mindoro, including an Italian couple who said they planned to go diving.
We went now in Manila a few days, and now we go in Mindoro to take the cruise. And then, I don't know, maybe the last 2 weeks we take a trip in Mindoro Island to see something.
According to Batangas Port Manager Aurora Mendoza, from October 23 until 7 a.m. this Friday, October 31, the port has recorded a total of 89,011 passengers. In a media interview earlier, Mendoza said that Thursday was the busiest day with a total of 13,362 passengers recorded. She added that they no longer expect a large influx of passengers today since most of them already traveled yesterday. This is also partly due to the Department of Education's wellness break, which started on October 27, allowing many to go home earlier. Meanwhile, around 15,000 to 17,000 passengers are expected to arrive at the Batangas City Grand Terminal today.
Nag-start po ang pasahero by way back Merples. So, gradual naman po ang dating. Hindi naman po talaga buhos.
Villamor added that the busiest routes are those heading to Lucena and Nasugbu. And
So just clarifying, it's 874,136 passengers already reported since October 30. Are we expecting more passengers to arrive? Magdadagsaan pa ba ang mga pasahero this coming weekend?
The 874,136 passengers and was this since October 27, and we are expecting more of this number will increase in the next days. And
all right, Just Ignacio reporting live from Batangas Port. Now from Batangas, let's go back here in Metro Manila. Joan Manalo is reporting live from the Manila North Cemetery. Joan, how many visitors have gone there so far for the Undas?
And the atmosphere here at the Manila North Cemetery is generally peaceful this morning. Visitors have been arriving here as early as 5 a.m., right when the cemetery opened its gates to the public. As of 10 a.m. this morning, a total of 6,202 individuals have already entered the premises, according to the Manila Community Investigation Group. The cemetery is expecting between 1 to 2 million visitors this Undas season, a projection based on last year's figures when they recorded around 1.5 million visitors from October 26 to November 2. Upon entering the cemetery, visitors with children are required to register at a designated booth for the tagging system. This allows guardians to be tagged with their minors for safety purposes. A grave finder service is also available to help visitors locate their loved ones' graves more easily. Being the largest cemetery in the country, the Manila North Cemetery is also providing free rides inside the grounds, especially to assist senior citizens and persons with disabilities in getting around. Outside and inside the cemetery, flower and candle vendors are also lined up, hoping to increase their sales today. Flowers in small bouquets are priced at 50 pesos each, while those arranged in baskets range from 150 to 250 pesos. Colored flowers are also available at 3 for 100 pesos. Meanwhile, candles are being sold here at prices ranging from 50 to 100 pesos depending on the size. And
we're expecting 1 to 2 million visitors this year. That is a big number. Let's talk about security. How about security, Joan? Have authorities confiscated any prohibited items so far?
Yes, and according to the PNP, several items have already been confiscated. This includes perfumes, alcohols, and even cleaning tools, since the Manila North Cemetery has already prohibited the cleaning of the graves starting today. One visitor also tried to bring in a portable stove, which was immediately confiscated by authorities. And
so meron din tayong medical units there, emergency vehicles, ambulance, just in case something happens?
Yes, and the Manila North Cemetery is very much prepared, and they have also deployed medical assistance, and emergency vehicles are situated around the area just in case there are people who will be needing medical assistance or help. And
thank you for that. Joan Manalo reporting live from Manila North Cemetery. In Marikina, thousands have visited their departed loved ones at the Loyola Memorial Cemetery. Pierre Pastor is on the phone to tell us more. Go ahead, Pierre.
Yes, and from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. this morning, estimated crowd is around 4,000 here at the Loyola Memorial Park here in Marikina. No untoward incidents has been reported yet, but an elderly woman came near the PNP post at the gate earlier this morning because she was not feeling well and she had elevated blood pressure. Maintenance personnel from the Marikina City government started cleaning the area since yesterday. They say they sweep the streets and pathways every now and then to keep the cemetery spick and span. Over a public address system, or a PA, the Loyola Memorial Park Administration reminds the visitors of prohibited things to bring and to do inside the premises, like kites, alcoholic beverages, prohibited drugs, sharp and pointed objects. Strictly not allowed is making loud noises, playing cards or gamble, but food and picnic with the family is allowed. Only they have to clean as they go. A while ago, a wreath was delivered at Betty Go Belmonte's burial place, and Mayor Joy Belmonte of Quezon City and her father, former Speaker of the House Sonny Belmonte, are expected to visit their matriarch today. Meanwhile, actress Nida Blanca's burial place have flowers as well already. Anne?
Thank you for that update, Pierre Pastor, reporting from the Loyola Memorial Cemetery in Marikina. Over 1 million passengers are expected to flock to the Ninoy Aquino International Airport for the Undas holiday rush. Let's go live to Hannah T for updates. Hannah, what's happening over there?
And compared to yesterday's rainy weather, skies are clear and sunny here in Parañaque City, where more families arrive at the NAIA Terminal 3 early for their departure flights. Up to 1.3 million passengers are expected to pass through NAIA until November 5, with the heaviest flow of travelers expected today, October 31. Security has been tightened here at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport as thousands of Filipinos head home for the Undas break. Police and K9 units are on full alert, while airport operations continue at full capacity with no holiday break for staff. The Manila International Airport Authority and NAIA Info Corporation remind travelers to follow the airport's Undas travel guide. Pack smart and secure your belongings. Check in online. Arrive 3 hours before international flights and 2 hours before domestic flights. Complete your e-travel registration and prepare for security inspections. Oplan Biyaheng Ayos assistance counters are also available in all terminals to help passengers. NAIA General Manager Eric Jose Ines says they're in full coordination with the Department of Transportation and the new NAIA Info Corporation to ensure safe, smooth, and efficient travel this Undas season. He also assured the public that ongoing improvements such as better air conditioning, a new food hall here at the Terminal 3, more seating, enhanced Wi-Fi and self-service kiosks are all part of the government's continuing modernization of NAIA. And
So we're expecting 1.3 million passengers up until November 3. That is a big number. So siguro dapat mas maaga tayo than the usual 2 hours before the flight. But Hannah, any incident report from the airport?
Unfortunately, wala pang nare-report na any incident dito sa NAIA. Pero kapansin-pansin yung pag-tighten ng security across all terminals at aantabayanan natin all throughout the afternoon if magkakaroon nga ng incident report. Hopefully, wala naman. Back to you, Anne.
Thank you so much for that update. Hannah T, reporting live from NAIA Terminal 3. Ahead of All Saints and All Souls Day, families have started visiting the Libingan ng mga Bayani to honor their loved ones and the country's fallen heroes. Joash Malimban is live for more. Go ahead, Joash.
And a very peaceful and solemn atmosphere here at the Libingan ng mga Bayani in Taguig City. Families of veterans have begun visiting the cemetery ahead of the observance of All Saints and All Souls Day. First aid stations have been set up at the entrance along with additional security personnel to ensure order and safety. Several visitors were also seen paying their respects to former presidents Ferdinand Marcos Sr., Carlos P. Garcia, and Fidel V. Ramos. White wreaths were also spotted on the graves of past Philippine presidents, which were offered by the office of President Bongbong Marcos. Later this afternoon, Anne, a holy mass will be celebrated to be led by Major J. Solmerano, followed by a wreath-laying and flaglet-laying ceremony at 5 p.m. A synchronized candle lighting will also take place, culminating with the lighting of the Eternal Flame by the Guest of Honor Support Command Acting Commander of the Philippine Army, Major General Florante Sison. Anne.
Thank you, Joash Malimban, reporting from the Libingan ng mga Bayani in Taguig. President Donald Trump has ordered the immediate restart of nuclear weapons testing, ending a 33-year freeze. Trump made the announcement on Truth Social while heading to a meeting with China's President Xi Jinping in South Korea, saying the U.S. must match other countries' testing programs. However, it's unclear whether Trump meant full nuclear detonations or missile tests. But the move drew global alarm. The United Nations and nuclear watchdogs warned that any resumption of explosive testing could destabilize decades of arms control efforts. The United Nations and nuclear watchdogs warned the move could reignite a global arms race, while Russia and China denied conducting any new nuclear tests.
The Milwaukee Bucks keep on rolling in the NBA. The Bucks stopped the Golden State Warriors in Cream City 120-110 for their second straight victory. No Giannis Antetokounmpo, no problemo. Ryan Rollins had another career night with 32 points to help the Bucks stay undefeated at home. Milwaukee is third in the East with 4 wins and 1 loss, while Golden State is fourth in the West at 4-2.
In royal news, King Charles has stripped his brother Prince Andrew of all royal titles and ordered him to leave his Windsor home. This is a major step to distance the monarchy from the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Buckingham Palace's Andrew, now known only as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, has been told to surrender his mansion and move to private housing on the Sandringham estate. The palace says the move was necessary despite Andrew's denials, adding that the royal family's thoughts remain with abuse victims. Once a decorated naval officer, Andrew's reputation collapsed after his ties to Epstein and a sexual abuse case he later settled out of court. King Charles reportedly made the decision with full support from the royal family, including Prince William. Now it can be said, Filipino cuisine is truly world-class. 9 restaurants have made it to the Michelin Guide's first Philippine selection. Chef Josh Boltwood's Helm restaurant at the Ayala Triangle Gardens in Makati bagged the country's first ever 2 Michelin stars. The accolades come for his creativity in blending familiar Filipino flavors with memorable and unique techniques.
Nobody can beat anyone's Lola's adobo. And that's always going to be the case.
Yes.
But so what we're going to try and do is to try and create something that they've never tried before and enjoy that.
In total, more than 100 Philippine restaurants will be part of the 2026 Michelin Guide. Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco calls this a big win for both the country's culinary scene and tourism.
So you find the authenticity of the Filipinos' flavors, but also through open-mindedness. Chefs here are open to the world. Some have been trained outside, so they are redefining Filipinos' cuisine in an innovative way, but also reinforcing its identity.
Hindi lang yung mga restaurants yung makakabenepisyo nito, pati na rin po yung ating mga magsasaka, yung ating mga mangingisda, yung growers and suppliers natin, dahil dadami po yung pupunta sa Pilipinas para kumain dito sa mga lugar na ito.
Like I said, congratulations to all those restos. I cannot wait to go to all of them.
That's a lot of restaurants.
It's going to be
go
hard
to.
though, now to book, because now that they got recognized and they got stars, it's going to be packed.
Ferdi, use your influence.
I'm
You have to get us in.
I'm
You know
sure
who I
a lot of
am?
our friends that won are going to be very busy in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, at least until next year when they redo the selection again. So, but what do you think about Prince Andrew's getting stripped of his titles?
That's quite controversial.
But my question
But
is...
we saw that coming.
Yeah.
though.
My question is, what about his children? Do they still keep the royal title?
Actually, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I feel
Princess
like if
Eugenie and her sister.
No news about that yet. No update.
Yeah.
It's just the prince stripped of his royal title.
But I feel like if he gets stripped, then I think it's like the whole family, right? 'Cause
Right,
it
but
doesn't
let's not
make sense. I
forget,
don't know.
Trump was also rumored or alleged to also have close ties with Epstein. So let's
A lot
see
of people,
what's
so
going to
let's
happen
see.
there. But I'm sure...
Hence, they are keeping it hidden.
Correct. So, Anne, take us to our next.
Yes, coming up, you don't really see or feel them. Sometimes you may just do. Who really lurks around? Find out on our spooky chat with paranormal expert Rob Rubin. The Daily Dish will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish. It's Halloween today, and we've got some scaries for you. What are your Halloween plans for today, Mo? Do
I
you
will
got
be
any?
here all day. And
Bilyonaryo, because I have agenda too later. So
Are you guys
what
wearing
better way-
costumes later?
I actually don't know if we're wearing costumes
Ooh.
on agenda, but stand by, because we might. I have a costume on standby.
I am so excited. If you are wearing costumes, I'm excited to see Willard's.
Same. I don't know what Willard's gonna wear. I'm so excited for Tita Willard's. But anyway, Anne, we have something fun that you were so excited to talk about today.
He is back on the show, this time for some spooky talk. So let's get hocus pocus with paranormal expert Rob Rubin. Hi, Rob.
Hello, ladies. Nice to see you again.
Welcome to the show. I can't say nice to see you again also.
Oh, yeah, because you weren't here last
yes,
time.
I wasn't here. But it's nice to meet you.
Honor's all mine.
And I am excited for this
Yeah,
conversation.
go ask your question. She has so many questions, actually.
Fire away. That's what I'm here for, ladies.
Ghosts and the supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we're talking about. Are they real?
We're talking about ghosts as in the things you can't see, not people who don't respond to your messages, right?
And not the flood control project.
okay, you're not the,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's
not
coming
the
from
flood
you.
control
Yes, they are
projects.
very much
Yes.
real. It's part and parcel of everyday existence. And believe it or not, the Philippines has a very powerful history in dealing with the spirit realm.
Okay.
It even
How come?
predates Spanish colonialisms because naturally Filipinos are a very powerful, intuitive, and shamanic culture. It just so happens that when the church came, they pretty much declared all of it persona non grata. But it never left. It always was part of us.
Yeah.
We always had the potential. We always had the gift. And because of that, we always had the ability to commune with this unseen world.
So would you say the ghost or the unseen world is stronger felt now for Halloween than during Ghost Month?
I'd like to say that it's pretty much, there's going to be more power on the October's aspect of it because they say that the veil is thinnest. But ultimately speaking, if you see it, you see it.
When you say veil, what do you mean?
It's kind of like the veil between the unseen world and our world.
Okay.
Because they have their own realm of existence.
Okay.
But during Halloween, especially All Hallows Eve, it's thinnest, so we can commune more with that time period.
So this is the time when they actually cross that line, that border.
For the Western perspective, it's All Hallows Eve. For the Eastern, it's Ghost Month. So
The Ghost Month.
it's present in both cultures.
Okay, so ghosts, I want to clarify this one. Ghosts are the restless spirits.
Yeah.
The souls that are still here
Basically,
with
a ghost,
unfinished business.
The definition of a ghost is the spirit of somebody who previously lived.
Okay.
So
okay.
when you die, and if your spirit roams around, doesn't go to the afterlife, it pretty much becomes a ghost.
And then the supernatural. Ito yung, you know what we study
Yeah,
in
mga
schools.
Encanto,
Mga mythical
exactly.
creatures, yes.
They-
mga kapre,
Yeah.
tiyanak.
In my book, Defensive Occultism, we call it discarnate entities because they were never
Discarnate
physically
entities.
incarnate.
But they're real.
They're real. They're definitely real.
So there's like duendes and
Yeah, there are.
kapres?
And the funny thing about it is these unseen creatures exist in cultures even outside of the Philippines.
But they're called
Right,
obviously
yeah.
something
They're
different.
called different things.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, every single nation, every single culture has its own anthropological beliefs that gives credence to the unseen spirits like the giants and the elves and the
Yeah.
fairies. They're just all called different things.
So
But they're pretty
you're
much the
a
same
firm
thing.
believer, we really have to, like, when we're in the forest and whatnot, we really have to
In the
tabi-tabi
forest.
po.
Well, I'm a firm
Like how-
believer that you should show respect.
Yeah, so how do you show
Okay.
respect to
Okay,
the
well,
unseen?
the tabi-tabi po is one of them, you know, because you don't want to risk
Yeah,
violating the home of a spirit, but also realize that a lot of these grounds we visit, especially in the natural perspective, they've been around longer than us.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
knowing that this is not our territory, even if you buy hundreds of acres somewhere in Mindanao, that's not really yours
Right.
because that was inhabited hundreds, maybe sometimes thousands of years before you were even there. So the very best thing you can do is just be respectful. Don't just go demolishing trees and natural mounds because in many cases that I've heard of these spirits getting aggressive, somebody just comes in and they buy a land and then they start tearing down all of the trees.
Right.
Then they wonder why their family starts getting sick or people, they start losing money or their life goes into the toilet because they didn't show the due respect to the spirits that were already inhabiting that place.
So when you mention to show due respect, so for example, to our viewers who are buying like hectares of land, how do you do that? And
All
how
right.
do you show respect?
First and foremost, there is a local practice called pang-pang-alay. Basically, it's like you're making an ally of the spirits.
An ally.
So basically
Nag-aalay.
is
There you go.
you would need to go to a professional who can commune with them and basically be an intermediary between the person owning the land and the spirits. Because if you just kick things down like trees, you cut them all down, I almost guarantee you, bad stuff's gonna happen to you.
Wait, hold on. So you can't do it yourself. You need
If you
to,
have the gift, then you can. But in most cases,
you need to be able to really communicate with them. Okay,
because like
okay.
especially local shamans and local practitioners of space clearing
Okay.
who are legit, not just some quack, will tell you, okay, if you're gonna build, example, a house here and there's a huge mango tree,
Right.
the spirit is asking, please take a seedling of the tree and plant it elsewhere. That's kind of like your peace offering between you and them. That's one example, because if you just tear it down, you will get the wrath of whatever spirits were attached to that mango tree, for example.
Okay.
Interesting.
But that's scary because you really have no idea if there are spirits living in that particular space
Or what
that
if
you
it's a
want to
condo,
occupy.
right, that you moved into?
Well, the condo is not really much of a problem because the developers would have to have handled that.
But
And-
what if they didn't, though, do it properly?
Well, if that's the case, then everybody in the condo would be
Then
subject
they
to
are
it.
doomed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it's a condo or already a pre-existing house,
Yeah.
there's a practice that we
Okay.
have called space clearing. And that is a practice that basically removes any negative energy between the person who's going to live there and whatever's presently there. Even if it's haunted, you can ask the spirits, okay, can you just like not bother the residents, or can we move you here? That's a very valid form of space clearing. But again, only certain people can actually do it. There's a lot of people who claim they can do it, but they think, oh, just by burning sage and ringing singing bowls, the space clearing is done. It is not that simple. And I hear this time and time again that they go to this cheap person for space clearing and it only made it worse.
Okay.
So if you're gonna go space clearing, go to a professional, somebody who knows what they're doing. That's the most important thing, because it's your safety in the end.
Yeah.
That's gonna be your home or your office. You're gonna wanna feel positive about it.
You know, let me just share this story, Rob. Monique knows this, that
Yeah.
there is a capre living in our house. We have this balete tree in the backyard, and the capre, one of our relatives can actually communicate with spirits and the supernatural. And he told our relative that he just wants to live there in peace. He's protecting our home for us, and he doesn't mean any harm. So he is considered, he's a capre, but he's considered a good capre, good supernatural being. So there are good spirits and bad spirits. How do we differentiate them, and why are there bad spirits in the first place?
I don't really want to say there are good and bad spirits. There are just basically spirits who won't bother you, and there are spirits that will. Like I said, if you tore down that tree, then I'll
Okay.
speak at your funeral.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you
Okay,
guys
yeah,
know
yeah.
that there's a capre there,
Right.
and you tore it down. It's kind of like, okay, good luck to you.
Okay.
So that's when they will do bad things to you. But
Okay.
if you give them respect, if you, let's say, leave offerings of milk and honey to this spirit and talk to it and show it the respect that it's due, it could protect you. So it's not as simple as saying, oh, there are good and bad spirits.
Okay.
There are spirits that will do good things for you if you're good to them. There are spirits that will do bad things to you if you're bad to them. But then, of course, there are other entities like malevolent entities and
Yeah,
demons.
yeah, I
Those
was gonna
exist.
ask. Okay.
Those definitely
Oh my
exist.
God, I got
and
so
I don't
scared.
recommend you toy with those. There's no win dealing with those kind of spirits.
So those are like naturally evil.
Yes, especially
beings.
demonic entities, they do exist. That's why you have things like people getting possessed.
Yeah.
And usually it's because people were careless or they invited them in, which is something you don't want to do.
Do you typically, when you walk into a space, like for example, right now here in the studio, can you see entities?
People's gifts manifest different ways. So some people can see, some people can feel, some people can sense, some people can hear. I even know one psychic who can smell. Like they can smell, yeah.
Like does it
they
smell
have
like
a particular
rotten,
scent?
like
Yeah. There was like,
something?
you know what? Yeah, I can't see anything, but I can smell. Okay, I smell this. The spirit is from there. So each person's gift manifests differently, as we talk about in my Intuitive Awakenings course.
Okay.
So for my case, I don't see, but I sense. So I can feel, wait a minute, something's here. And I'll just show it the respect it's due.
Do you
Simple
like
as
say,
that.
what do you say? Like,
Well,
hey, I know
sometimes
you're
it's like, if I
here.
can sense it, I'll be like, yeah, I know you're there. I wish you the best. We're friends.
Can you also pray if you feel like something is...
Okay, think of it like this,
And
Monique.
does
If you
it
walked
work?
into the room and I started praying, you know what I mean? It's either I'm so awestruck by your beauty or
I
your
mean,
negative energy.
I don't know. I mean, it's like if I'm feeling something, right? For example, I go to like a mountain cabin and I'm feeling there's something there. Like instead of saying like, hey spirit, I know you're here, I'm not gonna bother you, can I just pray? Like
As
with
long
the
as you're
spirit or
praying
for
from
the
faith
spirit?
and not from fear. Because the worst thing you can do in any kind of haunting or supernatural encounter is be afraid. Because if you're afraid, you're giving power to that entity or that spirit. But if you're saying, no, I know my Lord will protect me, I know my Savior will protect me, then nothing can harm you.
Can these spirits like feed off your fear?
Yes, they can. They can
Ooh.
actually really wreck you if you give them too much fear. So I say to
Okay.
people,
Oh my God, I'm
between
always
being
scared.
afraid and being angry, be angry. Simple as that.
I'm
All right.
always scared.
So,
Oh my gosh.
is it true, is it accurate that when you have negative energy in your life
Mm-hmm.
every single day, then you attract more spirits towards you?
In cases, yes, like attract like, but then if that were the case, then everybody on Wall Street would be doomed. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So
okay.
if you know how to compartmentalize your energy, because we all go through negative energy regularly, like women get it once a month. You know what I mean? So with that being said,
That's a totally different thing.
but that's
though.
still negative energy.
energy.
You mean kawawa to the guys you're dealing with.
No,
but-
kawawa ka, man. That's different
Exactly,
energy.
but the point is, as long as you know how to regulate and you don't live in negativity,
Yeah.
then you should be able to know the difference between positive entities entering your life and negative ones.
My goodness, we have so many more questions,
Yes.
Rob. So hold that thought because we're gonna go on a quick break. I definitely got some goosebumps over here. So guys, brace yourselves as we have more coming up. The Daily Dish will be right back. So scary naman.
Hi there, welcome back to Daily Dish. I just can't start with a smile.
I was like,
with
wait,
that
that's so
background music
scary.
still with us, paranormal expert Rob Rubin. Rob,
Hello.
so a while ago, you told us that you could actually feel
Mm-hmm.
spirits as soon as you enter a room. So what is it that you feel exactly?
Okay, in most cases, you will feel this feeling like you're being watched, or you'll also kind of like, they'll manifest slightly at the corner of your eye, or all of a sudden you start getting, knots in your stomach, or if the spirit doesn't like you, you'll notice you start getting a little bit dizzy spells, like you'll get
Dizzy
pain in
spells?
the back of your head. That's kind of it, kind of like pushing its energy on you. And it's kind of like it's sizing you up. And if it does that, I would tell the spirit, look, I'm not here for any trouble.
Yeah.
So just leave me alone, because there are
Okay.
things that you can do to complicate the spirit's existence as well.
Right.
So if they're being very territorial, then you'll notice you enter a room, you feel dizzy, you feel, unbalanced, you know what I mean? Because it means that spirit's telling you, hey, away, we don't want you here.
But does that mean too that the spirit's asking for help? Because most of the time, if they keep bothering you, right?
Yeah.
They're asking for help.
If they're asking for help, they will let you know that they're asking for help. Doing something aggressive like making you dizzy means that they're telling you, hey, this is my turf.
Can they physically hurt you?
In some cases can. That's what we call poltergeist activity, where there can be physical manifestation.
Okay.
Of course, the worst thing that can happen, I talk about it in my book, Defensive Occultism, is possession. And that's something you want to avoid at all costs.
Have you experienced anything like that before?
Yes, I have. Our best-selling or our best-viewed episode on Misterio was a case of an exorcism we did in Lucena.
Okay.
And it scared the daylights out of all of us.
Why? I want to ask why.
When you're dealing with a case of possession, you're lucky if you're dealing with a case of spirit possession. It's just a spirit possessing the person. But if it's full-blown demonic possession, it's like diffusing a bomb. Chances are everybody around is going to get negatively affected by it.
Okay.
So when we entered that, we thought that the girl was demonically possessed. And
Okay.
me and my late friend Alex were pretty much saying, all right, this is it. Because we wanted to help the girl, only to find out it was a case of spirit possession. We were able to do something about it and
Okay.
save the girl.
How does the spirit pick the host?
Okay, there's something what we call familiarization, but it always begins with one thing: consent. You
Consent?
give it permission to enter your energetic field.
What do you mean?
In other words, if there's a spirit and you say, you know what, hey, you could be part of my life, I permit you. Like if you've seen the movie The Exorcist.
No, I don't watch
Okay.
stuff like that. It's scary.
If you understand that
Okay.
she was using the Ouija board by herself.
Yeah.
That's basically her giving consent to discuss with the spirit her own energy and its own
Okay.
existence in her life.
Okay, so just to clarify, you cannot get possessed unless you give consent.
Even on an unconscious level, though.
What do you mean
So,
unconscious?
like sometimes some evil spirits, especially demons, will wait till your life is in the gutter and sometimes make bad things happen to you because it wants you to kind of surrender control. It's like, hey, I could make life easier. Are you going to let me in?
Right, okay.
And the minute you do, it's all downhill from there.
So you have no idea that you're actually giving consent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Right.
you gotta, at the end of the day, I always tell people faith is the way to go. Like, your faith will save you more than giving consent to some entity, consciousness, or spirit that you are not familiar with.
So if the spirit is, let's say, asking for your help, they probably can sense that you can feel them,
They can
see
sense
them.
that there's a version of you that can help them through prayers, through healing. Sometimes what they can do, they can send signs and visions to talented mediums.
Okay.
That's when they're very aggressive, asking for help. But
Okay.
it will always be asking versus something as aggressive as you feeling attacked or seeing scars on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
That's already a case of get the F out of there.
So does that mean the spirits have unfinished business
Sometimes
when they,
they do.
ask for help? And what are those quote-unquote unfinished business?
The list goes on and on. Like, example, a rape survivor that was murdered, or somebody who's looking for their family, or sometimes there's a form of spirit called the wannabe. It means it thinks it's still alive. It doesn't even know it's
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
Okay, so
it's-
there are
like in
spirits
Sixth
that
Sense.
they don't know that they're in that form.
There are some spirits that have no idea about that. So things like that, they will usually try to interact with the more intuitive people. And usually, in most cases, it's the younger people, it's the children, it's
Yeah, a lot
the
of
little
kids
girls.
always
Yeah,
see
because
them.
those
Yeah.
things, they're more receptive, they're more, how do I say, open to communicating with spirits. They're not like indoctrinated and, oh, it's all in your head.
Right.
Why are they still here? Like these restless souls? Because you always say, like, let's pray for the soul, so they go to heaven, they follow the light, they join God's kingdom. Why do some remain here?
Well, basically, it's unfinished business. Like I said, if you were a rape survivor or a rape victim and you died, they killed you, then there's that version of you that wants justice. That's why you
Okay.
can't move on. Or if your children, aren't safe, you're gonna stay behind because you want to kind of interact and do what you can.
Okay.
So it all boils down to unfinished business.
I feel like this is a silly question, but like my
go.
Lola is very into stuff like this. Like talking about spirits, when you see like a butterfly or like a butike or something, my Lola
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Lola mo yan, nagahay, you need to visit him
Yeah,
now. Like,
yeah.
is that true? Like they take a form of an animal, like
in
to
some
give you a
cases,
message?
they will get assigned to you, depending. They'll do what they have to do to get your attention. But when it comes to the departed, usually the window is 40 days. So if they died today, they have 40 days to still communicate. But after the 40-day mark, they're allowed to move on. If they stay beyond that, they're already a restless spirit. So I always tell people, okay, hold on to them, but remember, sometimes it's you keeping them anchored. So example, if your dad loved you with all his heart and he sees after he died you're miserable, chances are he's not gonna go into the hereafter. He'll want to hang around to try to help you because of your grief. You get what I'm saying? So it's a two-way process.
So they can actually feel.
Definitely.
what
That's the
you're
only way
feeling.
they interact. It's all through
I'm
feeling.
like getting goosebumps.
You know, I have a curious question because I read somewhere that ghosts or restless souls, they only go to places that they've been to when they were still alive. Is that accurate?
Not necessarily true because ghosts actually like uninhabited, empty places. So if you have a house and no one is staying there,
Okay.
it could have been built today, but you keep it unoccupied for 2 years, I almost guarantee you it's going to get infested with spirits because they don't want to be around the living because they remember what they lost. So if there's a house that's completely empty, nobody lives there, the ghost will say, wow, nobody's here, and they'll start taking residence there.
Have you spoken to any restless soul?
More than once. It's part and parcel of some of the offerings I do.
Have you ever asked them, like, what happened when you died? What did you see?
One case was
Do they remember?
One case was a hazing survivor.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
And literally, he told the family to come to find me. And the funny thing about it was very popular on the news. I didn't know it was him
Okay.
until after. I was like, wait a minute, was this the one
Yeah.
on the news?
Okay.
And then they were like, yeah. I'm like, OMFG. Because he
Right.
wanted justice for what happened.
So when you say stuff like this, so when people get killed and whatnot, can they really seek justice, those spirits? 'Cause
Some can.
Most of the time, there are unsolved mysteries.
Some can, some cannot. It really depends. That's the billion-dollar question. What gives a spirit the ability to
Right.
interact more than others? Some can really interact, others cannot. So it's a case-to-case basis.
Oh, you know what I'm always curious about? Like, what do you see when you die? Is there that bright light?
Well,
Do
I
you
don't know.
see
I
your
haven't
loved
died
ones?
yet. You know what I
No,
mean?
but you've spoken
when you talk to the
with
spirits, yeah, what do they
souls,
Well, that's the
say?
thing. You're
Have
asking,
you
like
ever asked?
going beyond. They haven't if they're communicating, that means that they have not crossed over yet. Most of the time, when they cross over, they can't come back.
Oh, see.
And it's kind of like they won't really tell you about all the details. What did they see? The bright light.
Right.
Because that's for you to find out when your journey is over.
But what about when you dream about people who died?
Good one. The best way of knowing that a spirit visited you is this, amoy.
Amoy?
If you wake up in the morning and you smell, why do I smell Lolo? Lolo's not around. And the nose will only react to stimuli, meaning if your nose is smelling Lolo and Lolo is nowhere to be found, chances are his spirit visited you.
Because that happened to me with my granny on my mom's side. I was in the U.S. and she died here in the Philippines. I was still in college. I dreamt that she came to the U.S. to visit me and whatnot. And then when she was saying goodbye to me, she's about to leave, as in closing the door, my phone rings. It's like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. in the U.S. and my mom was crying, your granny just passed away.
Well, remember, the spirit
But I
world
didn't
doesn't
smell
follow
her.
human time. So the minute that they die, time stops. Time is a man-made construct. But another thing I'll tell you too is, for a little bit of a lighter note, if somebody really close to you died, I have observed that, let's say your father died and you loved him more than anything. A good chance is for the next couple of months to a year, you'll find yourself abnormally blessed. Because they're kind of doing things in your favor. Like you say, oh, I noticed this person's energy is negative. I'm going to try to fix it from the spirit realm. When my grandma died, I went from suicidally depressive to life just started getting better. I was like, and that was 2 days after she died. So I was just like, wow, thanks, Lola. I knew it was you.
Something like that happened to us, actually, because my uncle passed away a few years ago, and every time on his birthday, we would smell candles in the house
There you
because he
go.
used to live with us. So that is his spirit
Could be.
somehow
Could be.
visiting after all these years.
It could be. Or he could have never have left. That could be another
Because,
thing.
right, they have that 40-day window.
Exactly.
So after 40
But it's
days,
more
he's
than
still
it
at
has
the-
been for more than 40
So he's
days.
still
Then he could
here.
probably still be floating around.
He's
Oh my
taking care of you all. But
goodness.
Rob, wow. I wish we can talk forever because we still have lots of questions. I feel like we barely scratched the
Wait,
surface.
we need to ask him this.
Oh yeah,
you
before we
feel
leave,
something
sorry.
in the studio.
He said he
Yes,
felt
no.
a lot.
Quite a few, yes. Not just one. And a lot of them are in the
By Ferdi.
makeup room.
In the makeup
Yeah.
room.
Oh my God, I'm always there by myself.
Then don't be there by yourself. Because a room that doesn't have windows, that's dark, that the wind doesn't go through, they love that place.
So windows are our best friends.
Natural sunlight is your best friend.
So do we just like, do
Okay.
I have to like make a speech when I go in the makeup room? Like, hi spirits, I know you're here. I'm not here to bother you. I'm just here to work.
Yeah, do you
You
acknowledge
could do
that?
that, or you could just
Or
go,
just-
hi, bahala ka dyan. It's up to you. It's
Dead
really up to you
mom?
how you want to react to them. Because the minute you start interacting with them, sometimes they interact back. So it's kind of better that you just
and you don't
like-
want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep my third eye closed. Thank you, Rob. Though.
Honors all mine.
Rob.
I'd like to make a shout out
Crazy.
to my beloved extended family of the Mysterium community. They are the people who make these investigations possible, all of our events possible. These aren't my team, these aren't my workers, these are my family. And they're all a group of intuitive people. And if you want to be part of that, I welcome the public to take any of the Mysterium Philippines classes and to join us on November 22 at TarotCon 2025 at Podium Hall.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see you at TarotCon, but thank you again for coming. You
Honors all
really
mine.
opened our eyes. That was paranormal expert Rob Rubin. We have more stories coming up. The Daily Dish will be right back.
Welcome back. You're still watching The Daily Dish. One of the most awaited Halloween parties this year happened at Space, One Ayala in Makati. I covered that gathering, and here's what happened last night. Let's take a look at this.
Tonight is the Halloween party to be at. It is the annual Shake, Rattle, and Ball party of Tim Yap. And tonight's theme is Once Upon a Time. Let's go check out the enchanted creatures walking on the black carpet.
It's a tradition that never fails to attract celebrities and other VIPs. For over 2 decades now, eventologist Tim Yap has been organizing the annual Halloween party every 30th of October. This year's theme is Shake, Rattle, and Ball 2025 Once Upon a Time with beauty queen and actress Michelle D as co-chair.
Are you ready to have fun?
Starting off with Yap, he came out as a ghost project at the middle of the flood control scandal, while Lee was in a Lord of the Rings inspired outfit.
My favorite, I guess, kingdom is really the kingdom of the elves. So I wanted to play around with having elf ears for the first time ever. Nice. And of course, being that warrior woman that I've always been, so we thought about putting spikes like an elven warrior coming from the dead to enjoy one night.
Every year it feels fresh because really we're doing this for the creative community. We bring all these people together for one night. They get to express themselves. They get to live out their dreams, aspirations, fantasies, conquer their fears in their attire. And it's just a time to bond and be together.
And just like the party organizer, the other participants really look forward to this yearly event.
I'm like the Saltburn Angel. Did you watch Saltburn?
Yes, I did.
So like the main character dressed up in this, but I'm like 1 year late because everyone did that last year.
How long did it take you to put your costume together?
Right on point. It actually took me like an hour 30.
1 hour, 30 minutes lang?
That's pretty quick already. I have a great team. They have everything set up for me, and all we had to do is really put it na lang.
I'm dressed up as a siren tonight, so I had my makeup. It's very dark, but we also want to give a sweet yet sultry look tonight.
Okay, I need you to turn around because everybody needs to see this.
And who would not want to be part of this Halloween party with amazing prizes? Dancer Niana Guerrero won a trip to Dubai, while actress Andrea Brillantes to Australia. Other lucky winners this year include those dressed as the Wicked cast for the best group costume. Overnight, the Bodyguard cast and mixed VJs. Jackson Wang from Cot 7, a K-pop group, made an appearance with TV host Ann Curtis.
People came out in full force with their costumes and they did not disappoint. This is one of the most fun parties I've been to in a long, long time. And if you're asking me what my costume is, I'm a Tito of Manila. So this is Ferdi Salvador for Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Ferdi, I love your Tito of Manila costume. What was your
What
favorite
else can I
costume?
do?
Perfect costume ever.
Babes, I am just a journalist covering an amazing show, so it should be for them.
What was your favorite costume of the night, though?
Oh my goodness, Tim's was extra.
I can just imagine how many hours to take
and
it
Michelle
off.
D's. But
Michelle D,
anyway,
yeah.
guess what? Starting on Monday, the Daily Dish will air for an hour and a half to give more stories you need.
And we have a special guest. Not the guest. We have somebody joining us na then Monday.
Yes.
And on Monday, our guest is going to be in the studio live. We have concert director Paolo Valenciano. And breast cancer survivor Audrey Go will also share her journey on the show. Catch those interviews live at noon Monday, November 3, only here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. And
I'm
thank
so
you,
excited.
Anne, for coming today.
Thank
you for having me.
You are the best. But guess what? How many more days for Christmas?
55 days till Christmas, guys!
And of course, we'll still be wearing outfits till Christmas. I'm actually really liking this, okay?
I'm glad.
You paid me compliments about my outfit, so I'm going to wear this till
Yes,
tonight.
all right, and take it away.
And that's it for us today, Friday, October 31st. Join us again on Monday for more Real Talk.
Fandom spilled tea.
With zero filter, I'm Monique Tuzon. Anytime is a good time because it's always more fun with us.
I'm Ferdi Salvador, always on top of the news and stories that matter most. Thank you, Anne, for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, and thank you for making us your lunchtime companion. I'm Ann Asis-Carilo, sitting in for Mai Rodriguez. That's the Daily Dish Served. Happy Halloween!
And happy Friday!